from the looks of it, and yes, in this game, looks can be deceiving, but from the looks of it, this Russian team is well on their way towards making the playoffs yet again. However, we left the last episode with the question of whether or not everybody on this team was going to be a part of that journey. It's risky to make a move when we have the record that we have, but the question had to be asked. Is someone like Yakov Trenin long for this team? And despite a decent point total, it's an inflated trade value that has raised the question as to whether or not he should be dealt, hopefully in efforts to acquire Andrei Svechnikov, the best young Russian player that we could possibly acquire at this point. And, I think my actions here on screen are giving it away. Overwhelmingly, the opinion was, if I can make a move for Svechnikov using that inflated trade value, that we absolutely should. There's no guarantees that using Vorobyev for Trenin is going to be enough, but we're going to see how close we can get without hopefully compromising our ability to make some selections in the first round in the upcoming draft. So we're going to see what we can put together here. Hopefully, maybe even Zaitsev would be enough. He is not. I guess the question here is whether or not Carolina has anybody of negative value, even though I'm not supposed to be Eric Hall is making $10.4 million. Let's just move on from that. Unfortunately, they don't have anybody with negative value, so we're not going to be able to help ourselves in that way, which is a bit of a shame, but we should still be able to make some moves here. I don't think I'm going to be able to add another player to the mix. It'd be pretty nice if we could, but I don't think that's going to happen unless we give up one of Michkov, Kavanagh, or Medvedev, in which case Medvedev would be the guy to go. Although Denis Gurianov? Yeah, Gurianov can be added too. How close are we? Still not close enough. The interesting thing here is going to be whether or not we can get this done without giving up our first round pick, which of course has come from Vancouver. What about this ridiculous package of players? No. It is going to be very expensive to pull this off. If we are able to pull it off, I'll use that Canucks pick if we have to, because otherwise we're not getting Andrei Svechnikov for at least another 3 years. So in my opinion, it makes it worth it. Now, we are already without our first round pick a few years from now. I'm going to use our first round pick in 2027. That is not enough. We're going to see if we can get this to go through. Is that enough? Oh my God, it's not. All right, let's take out Gurianov. Is the second on top of that enough? Good God, we might not be able to pull this off. That was the game plan, right? Explore to see if you can get this deal to go through. Guys, it still might not go through without using Tarasenko, which would be a disaster. Jesus! Yeah, I don't see how we're going to pull this off here unless this specific trade works. It did not. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is unfortunate. Again, we do want to make use of Trenin's inflated value, but I could use Buchnevich. I could. And I prefer to use him or Barbashev over one of the three younger players. Giving up Barbashev, too, would be kind of rough because he is that ideal third-line center. When's his contract end? After next year. Buchnevich is on a pretty damn good deal. If I were to add Barbashev to this too, would this go through? Still no. I don't think we have a package here that will see the deal get done. It would have to involve Tarasenko. It would have to. And yes, we are on hard trade difficulty. It would have to involve Vladimir Tarasenko. And now the question becomes, do we give up Vladdy to get a guy who's going to be around for a hell of a lot longer when Tarasenko's been as good as he has been? 42 points in 49 games, 90-point season last year. Certainly not on the same goal-scoring pace. But yeah, that is the only way I think that we pull this off, unless we add Buchnevich and Barbashev. And then that becomes the question of, do we have the depth in the AHL to survive giving up 3 roster players? Will this go through? No. That is absolutely insane. Wow. What if I retain half on Barbashev's contract? Because screw it, we might as well throw everything at the wall that we can, and we should be fine financially. What about now? Still rejected. What if I retain on half of Trennan's deal as well? Just take on a shitload of cap to pull this off? Will that go through? Nope. I don't think there's any way we can get this to go through without using Tarasenko. The problem is, I would really like to get rid of Trennan right now, but I just don't see how we do it. I just don't. And again, in terms of top Russian players, we already have the top 2 defensemen. There's really nobody else to go out and get. I cannot believe Svechnikov. I mean, I can believe that he's that expensive, but that is absolutely insane. I don't think we're going to give up on it. Yeah, I mean, again, Panarin, Kuzi, Kucherov, they're all 31 or older. It would defeat the purpose. It really would. Wow, Teratukin never took off for Toronto. There has to be a way, right? There has to be. Aside from docking trade or, trade difficulty to make it happen, which I don't think I want to do, especially at this point, because while people might say it's a bit ridiculous they haven't accepted, I mean, maybe not. How good's Carolina this year? Yeah, they're good too, so it makes sense as to why they wouldn't want to do that. So he's never going to find his way to the trade block, which really sucks. Yeah, there's just no way. There's just no way to pull this off right now. That really sucks. I'm trying to think of every possible way. I mean, we could package the 2 seconds together to try and get someone else's first round pick, which might have a bit more value. Does Carolina want to move their pick? They don't. Does anybody want to move their first rounder? Buffalo, but Jesus Christ, it has all the value in the world. We might actually be able to get that for pretty cheap. You know what? That's the first step. Get another valuable first round pick for relatively cheap, because the Sabres are insane and are apparently desperate to make the playoffs. So what if I throw in like Vorobiev? Do they have roster spots? They do. So Vorobiev's not the guy to use, even though he's never going to make it. Who's the guy to use here? Barbashev, Bushnevich. We could use... What about Guryanov? How close is that? Still not that close. I'm not all that surprised, trust me. I'm just throwing whatever I can at the wall here to see what comes up. Let's add a third in from the Canucks. What about now? Still no. And let's add in a 5th rounder. No. I thought it said it was relatively close. I must have misread that. Maybe I just saw what I wanted to see. Quite far off. Okay, so I was never close. Duly noted. 2 more thirds. Okay, take out Guryanov. Is this worth it? I would say potentially yes, because I wouldn't be able to have all of these picks involved in the Svechnikov deal. You said it was relatively close, and now it's nowhere near? Are you kidding me? Come on, Buffalo. How am I... Did it not say that we were quite close? Like, I know that pick has a ton of value, but they're also looking to get rid of it. Okay. Let's go with... I really don't want to give up Alex Radulov because he's been so good on that 3rd line. Phenomenal. Is my right bumper giving out? I feel like it might be. What if we give up Radulov? Because his value is never going to be higher than it is right now. He's 38. We have people that could replace him. We use the Vancouver 2nd. Still not that close. Unsurprising. We use the Russia 2nd. No. We use the Dallas 3rd. And it went through. Okay. Was that the right move? Was that the best move? I don't know. But we've given up Alex Radulov in an attempt to have another valuable pick to try and pluck away Andrei Svechnikov from the Hurricanes in order to make sure that we use the Vorobiev-Trenin value that will eventually decline. Oh, this has to work. This has to work now, right? That extra value there, that's insane. This has to work. I'm determined that this is going to work. Please? Alright, what if we then do this? Why am I double checking this? I know it's not going to work. Just use that buffalo. Will this go through? Okay. Come on. This is going to work. It's going to be fine. Alex Radulov is going to help me acquire Andrei Svechnikov, and everyone's going to be happy. Second rounder. Damn it. If this still doesn't go through, I know I have Barbashev and Buchnevich. I am aware. Oh my sweet God. This still might not work. And in which case I'm going to be very upset about trading Radulov. Let's try to use Barb. Oh, just a bit low. It's okay. I can retain cap on Barbashev or just give up Buchnevich. We're just going to give up Buchnevich. This should work. Vorobyov, Trenin, Buchnevich, and 2 firsts for Andrei Svechnikov. We make the most out of Vorobyov's value. Again, he's never going to develop. We make the most out of Trenin's inflated value, which again, he's solid, but the penalties are a concern, the defensive ability is a concern. Buchnevich is phenomenal, but a worthy sacrifice to bring Andrei Svechnikov onto this team. I cannot believe that was still rejected. How on God's green earth, EA, are you going to tell me that that isn't a bit of value? We'll retain on Trenin. We'll retain on Trenin. Let's go 20%. Okay, there we go. Whew. Okay, what if we drop that down to like 15 or 14? Okay, there we go. See, we're playing this smart. We're not going to retain full if we don't have to. Okay, so 8% is too low. Let's go up to 9%. What's your magic number here? Carolina, 10%? No, what about 11%? Still no, what about 12%? Oh my sweet God, what about 13%? Oh my Christ. 14? Okay, 14's the magic number. I am nickel and diming you right back, you bastards. 700K retention. Vorobyov, our first round pick this year and next, or 2 first round picks this year, I guess, which could risk and damage this upcoming draft. We get rid of Trenin and Buchnevich, but we bring in Svechnikov. Yes. Is that the right move? Are we going to regret that? I have no idea. But somehow, some way, we've managed to acquire Sergachev, Provorov, and Svechnikov in the last calendar year. Will it pay off? I do not know. But it has been done. And we're going to see what happens because of it. That is 11, or that's, 11. We need 2 forwards here. Kavanagh is definitely getting the call-up. Definitely. And then from there, tough call. So let's see. Our first line, Tarasenko, I'm just going to play people on the top line, even if they can't play center. I don't care. So it's going to be Tarasenko, Kravtsov, Svechnikov, Ovechkin, Kaprizov, Malkin, Barbashev, probably Dadonov and Kavanagh. And then Guryanov, Kamenev, and Chushkin can still work, although I kind of just want to move on from Guryanov and Kamenev. Just defense, like, point total-wise, they're fine, but it's like, man, we need that 4th line to be defensive because you're not even on the ice that much. And to get scored on that consistently, that's a problem. So I don't think I'm done with potentially shooting myself in the foot by making micro adjustments with this team. I mean, granted, the Svechnikov move, not a micro adjustment. But I think this group of players here can just go. And I'd be more than fine with that. The question is, can I find a team that can take all of them? I highly doubt it. Washington might be close. Still highly doubt it. They're looking to sell as well, so yeah, they're probably not too interested. Yeah, no, they'd have too many. Anaheim is my best chance to have a team that can take all of these players at once. They can. All right, Anaheim. You're not really willing to give up much. but I'll see what I can do and try to recoup as many decent draft picks as I can just to get them off the goddamn roster. Will that work? I hate everything. What about now? Just really push the deal into their favor. Oh my god. How about just a third and a fourth? No? Okay. That's all I'm going to do is get hit with the, well, we're saving money, and then they don't even spend the goddamn money in the re-sign phase. We all know how that works. Carolina's stacked and probably looking to make big moves. Can I get a second for Gurianov? That would be outlandish. Second and a fourth? Indeed. You might be able to hear Puppy snooze in the background. It's adorable. Will that work? No. Sweeten it just a touch. That I can do, depending on what your definition of just a touch is. It's not 2/7, because this game doesn't know the difference between a handshake and a fist to the face. In terms of what just a touch means. A tap on the back and ripping someone's heart out of their chest. Gurianov, see you later. God damn it, why do I have to make roster moves every time? Just wait. Be patient. Relax. It'll be fine. We're going to go to forwards. And what we're going to do is also get rid of Kamenev and hopefully, maybe, possibly Valeri Nichushkin at the same time. Colorado, the raddest state of the rad. Second rounder might work. Probably not. But we're going to try anyway. Didn't work. What about now? You're taking both of them, whether you like it or not. Just give me a third and be happy. Oh, I see. It's one of those bullshit scenarios. I gotcha. Edmonton, what about a second? You would have too many players. Just take Kamenev for a second. You did have to put him on waivers. I'll put you on waivers. As a franchise. Damn it, Nashville has 1,000 picks. Again, never want to hear that pick hoarding's unfair in this game. Ever again. Pittsburgh. Second rounder, please. Please. Damn it. How about 2/4 as well? Please. Fuck, I love Rocco Grimaldi. Fuck Rocco Grimaldi. Oh my god, really? That's what's going to cost me? Why is this so difficult? Toogie, use the trade finder. I want to, and I'm going to, but I didn't think it would be that tough. Okay? Sorry. That was my last resort. Suffocation. No breathing. Something, teenage Papa Roach angst. Getting copywritten. Okay. Kamenev, please, somebody. God, just trade for him. Yeah, you know, that's much easier, isn't it? Nick Robertson, noted defenseman. Except all of these trades are garbage. Oh, they're garbage. I guess I'll take a third in Tyler Myers because his deal expires. Thank you. I don't want to go to roster moves. I don't want to do it. Tyler Myers isn't Russian. He's not Russian. I doubt I'll even be able to flip him because he's not Russian. Let's also go for Valeri Nichushkin, who's just not a good fit on that fourth line. There is a deal to be had. 2/4 from the Couve. Thank you very much. I will gladly take that. And that means we got to call up another skater. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. We need bottom 6. Right? Yeah, we need bottom 6. Who can play physical hockey? Who can do it? Because you'd be grinders. My right bumper might actually be broken. I blame playing ESHL. Kirill Marchenko, you might not be an amazing bottom 6 option, but you at least have aggressiveness. Yegor Korshkov is definitely going to be on that fourth line. And yeah, Ilya Mikheyev's going to be back as well. We might as well see how Marchenko will do in the role for the rest of this season. So we back out. And then, and only then, do we go over to a defenseman's. And we go over to one Tyler Myers and see if I can get anything for him. The answer is somehow yes. Thank you, Carolina, you bunch of nerds. And then we try to flip Nikita Zadorov because I'd rather trust Dmitry Kulikov and get something back here, especially after giving up 1,000 picks. I need a trade that is only draft picks. Montreal, you're willing to give me a second. You goddamn horrible franchise. I love you. Thank you very much. Have fun with Nikita Zadorov. I meant to trade Nikita Zaitsev. That was very unfortunate, wasn't it? That was very, very unfortunate. I have to pay the stupid tax with a 3rd round pick, and I will do that. I will do that. I will pay the stupid tax, as I deserve to do, for ever confusing Nikita Zadorov and Nikita Zaitsev. Mr. Zaitsev, please fetch me back that pick that I lost. Please. A 3rd and Carlson. Oh, God. I guess we'll take that 3rd and Gabe Carlson and then see if we can flip Gabe Carlson. Hopefully. Maybe. Sorry to Mr. Zaitsev, but after what the hell just happened, I have no choice but to probably screw myself out of a Stanley Cup this year by making so many deals and screwing up the chemistry. And some people in the comments are going to be very upset and laugh when we lose in the playoffs or miss the playoffs entirely. And you know, I won't be able to judge you for it. Can I get for Carlson a 3rd and a 4th? Beautiful. Joke's on you, Montreal. I have your 3rd rounder now. Okay. Those are the only guys I really wanted to move. Nobody else really has value. On that right-hand side, we're fine. Although if I can move Nikolai Goldobin, I might as well see if I can get picks for him to 2/4 from Edmonton. Works for me. Rather, get something for him than just have him tear up the AHL. I mean, it would be nice to have the AHL team be a little bit better, but obviously now you kind of see my concern with how much we had to give up is that, okay, if I can recoup draft picks, I kind of need to. And we'll have time to see how well Marchenko can do. Can I get anything for Saprikin? No, I cannot. Okay, what about on that left-hand side? If I can get anything for Dmitry Sokolov, I should. He's just not a fit with this team. Please just draft picks. Damn it. We'll take on Jordan Martinook and see if we can flip him. So the AHL team is really the team to suffer because of the cost of Svechnikov, with me having to give up a bunch of mid-round picks to get that extra 1st round pick to pull off the trade. Where is Jordan Martinook? There he is. Can I get anything for him? No, I can't. So he'll be on the team for the rest of the year in the AHL. It's technically breaking the rules, but I'm a rule breaker. What can I say? And with everybody else, we look okay. Well, let's see what the hell these lines look like, shall we? Because this episode hasn't exactly gone down as planned, but here we are, making the best of it. So, goaltending, still the same. Defense is Provorov, Sergachev, Alexeyev, Romanov, Zadorov, Mukhamadullin, with Dmitry Kulikov as the secondary option. So, Renat Valiev will get to play in the AHL. And then forward-wise, we have our 10, 11, 12 with Mikheyev. And we'll probably... I could just run Jordan Martinook as the... we'll just have Jordan Martinook be the healthy scratch at the NHL level. Is that unfair? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't really care. So if we go best lines... Again, I don't really care about having a natural center there if I can help it. It's going to be Kravtsov, Svechnikov, Tarasenko probably. I think we'll keep Kaprizov, Malkin, Ovechkin. 3rd line, Kavanov can be decent defensively. It's going to be Kavanov, Barbashev, Dodonov. And we'll take out Jordan Martinook for Kirill Marchenko. Why it makes that change, I have no idea. So I'll probably change up player types. Probably. I'm probably going to wait and then just hopefully do it before the playoffs, and hopefully this team doesn't struggle too much. But that's what the team looks like. Was it worth it to bring in Andrei Svechnikov? That is the question. that we are going to find out. I'm going to play Kravtsov at center because he's a little bit more defensively responsible. And then down in the AHL, we go best lines. Nobody is healthy scratched who should not be. So we are good. Let's see what happens to the rest of this season, shall we? Please? After all of that, let's see if this whole strat is going to work out for us, because I genuinely don't know if it is. Again, we were on a really good run of form. Did we mess with the chemistry too much? We're about to find out. I certainly hope we didn't. We split our first 2 games, win 2 out of 3. Toronto's traded that Russian defense prospect to Washington for Ben Hutton. That was a big win over Philly, by the way. Now 3 in a row. And Alex Romanov is out. All right, Kalikov into the lineup. Very good. We lose in overtime to Dallas. Every point's going to count. Shea Theodore and Jamie Alexiak for Dvorak and Schmaltz. That's a blockbuster. Jake Lesishin, not allowed to claim you, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would. We crushed the Leafs. And we crushed the Devils. Very good. So we're actually looking okay here. We are looking okay. Dylan DeMello to Edmonton, along with picks for 2 prospects. What else do we have? A win over the Yotes, a loss to Buffalo. We're 3 points clear of the Flyers right now. Big win over Pittsburgh. Christian Dvorak to Carolina for Suzuki and 2 firsts. Good God. That is a blockbuster and a half. Lost to Washington. Big win against Ottawa. Up to 41 wins now. William Karlsson and Boone Jenner on the move for Chikrin and Alexiak. Jesus, Alexiak moved again. You think the AI GM's get in trouble for flipping players? I don't think so. As Alex Romanov is back. And I am intrigued to see how Svechnikov has done on this team. Kalikov hasn't been amazing, but hasn't been great in that role. Obviously, would normally just bump somebody else up, but that's okay. We'll see how Andre's doing as of deadline day on March 1st. We have 1 more game. It's against the Blue Jackets before then, and we win 6-5 in the shootout. So we have 19 games remaining in the regular season. We are just 2 points clear of the Flyers, but you see the massive amount of separation that we have between the 3rd place New York Islanders. I mean, the Flyers are, of course, right there as well. Let's take a look. How has Andre been doing since he has joined this team? 9 points in 14 games, a +4. Not fantastic, but not horrible either. Okay. Kravtsov up to 66 points in 63 games. And Vladdy still doing pretty well too. 50 points in 63 games, but nowhere near as good as he was last year. That second line, Alex Ovechkin. Absolute machine. 903 career goals, over 1,700 points, at 73 points in 63 games. He has been outstanding, next to Gino and next to Kaprizov. This might as well be our top line, so hopefully our real top line can get going. Third line, yes, Kavanagh. That is what I wanted to see. He has been outstanding thus far. Tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. 15 points in 14 games and a +9. Barbashev, 37 points, but a +26. He's so defensively responsible. And then Dadonov, 25 points in 48 games. Call him Dad enough for the meme. I basically always do. Mikheyev doing all right. Korshkov doing all right. Marchenko doing pretty damn good. Really happy with how this team is performing right now. Provorov looking really good. Sergachev, Jesus Christ, overcame a really slow start. He and Provorov are phenomenal. Everything you'd hope they'd be. Alexiev looking decent. Romanov looking decent with 12 goals. And then Mukhamadullin and Nikita Zadorov with those plus-minus numbers. Good God. That is an amazing third pairing. Galiev's over a 900. Still a 910 for Askarov. Things are looking good. I was worried that we might have ruined the chemistry a little bit too much. But I'm hoping that the Svechnikov pickup is worth it. And then hopefully we didn't negatively affect the AHL all that much. But right now things are looking pretty good for us. So what we're going to do here, because I have other stuff to record in a limited amount of time, is we are going to call it quits. I did think we'd get through the entire rest of the regular season. We did not. We'll do that in the next episode. And barring a miracle, we're in the playoffs. We'll sim that series as well. So thank you very much for watching again. Appreciate, love the support on the channel. Drop a like if you haven't already to help me out. People always say, why don't you have more subs? It's because some people don't drop likes. It's a part of it, at least. It's also because I'm an NHL YouTuber. Again, check out everything in the description. Shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. I love you. The dog's excited, and so am I for the next episode.